tear their ass up, step them back.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Offthestoop podcast. I'm Wally Hippolito, and we are at Sheesh Records at 6261 Mission Street, Daly City Boulevard. Daly City Boulevard? Yeah. Daly City, California. We're going to get that right one day, but that actually sounded better than the rest of the days, right? We got Justin here today. What's up, Justin? He just came back from Joshua Tree, right?
Yeah.
Getting lit. We got a new homegirl, Stephanie, out here. What's up, Stephanie? How you doing? And if you're watching YouTube right now, you could see we pulled out a casting couch for a rather rotund individual. Fuck, I don't know how I know this guy, but he's a great fucking guy, man. Hey, my boy, The N Parker, everybody. Give it up for him a little bit. Now, before he talks, I want to talk about something. So I went to Cabo last week, and thank God I got back in the country, because I swear to God, I did not think I was going to make it back across the state lines. And I noticed a couple things about vacationing and just overseas in general. They do such a great job of selling sex, but not just and they do it so much better than the US, because they do it in a way where they make you lust for things. And that's not to say that I bought prostitutes or anything, anybody, so you all better chill with that shit. But it was just really interesting to see how we sell sex in the US versus how a different country just south of the border sells it, because they do it in a way it's fucking classy. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fucking classy. Like you get a little bit enticed, and they make it a really interesting time. So with that being said, how you doing, DN?
Great, brother. I appreciate you having me, man.
Hell yeah.
I've been wanting to do this for a minute, so I'm glad I'm here.
I know, bro. Like, I've tried to schedule you so many random times, and like, it's just like, I don't know when and where to put you, you know? Because I want to put you when you're, not that you're not ever not doing anything. That's 3 knots. Not that you're not doing something all the time, but I want to get you like, okay, you're in the middle of something and you're like, okay, I need to put this out there.
It's perfect timing right now, then.
Yeah. So I appreciate, hey, for everybody who's listening, DN came last fucking minute at 10:45. I basically hit him and he said, bet, I got you. Let me come at 12 o'clock and we'll record this.
Yeah.
So first question I got to ask, what's up with the name DN? Like, what is the origin of that name? Obviously, it comes with...
Funny story. My mom, she was going through her own health stuff, drugs and just other health issues. And I'm the youngest of 7. So at that point, that was a hard birth for her, and I almost didn't make it. So she was like, you know what, this is the end. I'm not having any more kids. And that's how I ended up getting a name.
Oh, shit. So... I gotta ask, are you like the tallest out of your family?
I am, man, and it's crazy too, because my dad left like when I was early, right? So I never knew like his height, how he looked. I don't have a picture of him, right? So my brother has been like, we've been reconnecting a lot, and he was telling me like, he was like, yo, dad was a good dude. I was like, good dude, what you talking about? Right? And I'm like, nobody ever told me this. You know what I mean? I'm 30 just learning that. You know what I mean? So it was funny because he was like, yeah. And I don't know how you got so tall, because he was a short motherfucker. I was like, what you mean he was short? I was like, somebody got to explain like how I got this big then. You know what I mean? Because like all family pictures, like, we got some normal height people, but for the most part, like ain't nobody tall like that. And we got a lot of people over 6 feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm 6'6", so it's like crazy.
Shit, man. I mean, you just kind of like hit the genetic lottery and everything just came together, right? I hope that the genetic
pool keep rolling though with me though. You know what I mean?
I hope so too, for your sake too, bro. Yeah. Like you got to, bro. You got to. You leverage. I don't want to say leverage because that's such a weird word. You used your height and you used your talent and skills, because in high school, like everybody knows, bro. For lack of a better term, you were a city fucking legend, bro.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
You were back when we were in high school in 2009. You were the city. 09, You were the city basketball dude. Yeah. Like, bro, I remember going to games. After my games, I'd be like, oh shit, like we gotta go to Lincoln. We gotta go to fucking Burton, like, cause Deanne's probably about to beat the shit out of these teams, bro. But like talk about your journey of playing basketball, man. Like you were huge. Like, is it something that you were always naturally talented at, or did it just kind of like, okay, I'm getting tall, I'm getting big, and everybody's telling me to do it?
It's weird because I never had a growth spurt. That was one of the things that we talked about, before we started rolling. But like, I never had a growth spurt. Like, I only like grew little every year, and I just kept growing. And I just always was like, okay, it'll probably stop, and it'll stop at some point. But like, shit, dog, I was 6'2" and like when I was like 12, 13. So
Shit.
yeah, so I was like, it just gradually grew, right? So I would say with the basketball though, that was the least best sport I was at.
Really?
I was least best in that sport.
Yeah.
First was baseball.
Oh,
First was baseball.
okay.
I was a pitcher. I was throwing 80 miles an hour at like 12.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was like crazy. So I'm like, you gotta remember too, our body physiques was like hella different then.
Yeah.
So these kids is like all like at
Like
the
scrawny.
Yeah,
and like
and I'm throwing it, and I mean like shit. Sometimes shit was going wild. You know what I mean? So I'm hitting them sometimes. Parents get mad at me, but I was like better in that sport. And then I grew up inner city. Our city lost funding for it, so because of that, they I just kind of stopped playing, and I got into football. Was good in that. And then really though, like I had a mentor, Nate and Dion Otis from the San Francisco Rebels.
Okay.
They took me in, and I didn't think that I was that good. I was, and I got reminded that very early. Like we played in the Oakland Classic. We played against the Oakland Soldiers and the Oakland Rebels.
Oh.
And I've never seen athleticism like that, right? Because I was always playing against like either whites or Asians, because I was literally just
You were in the city. Yeah.
I was in the city, or the other guys that I'm playing against, ain't nobody even my height. You know what I mean? So like I'm able to still dominate when I wanted to.
Yeah.
But I mean, like when I went over there, I was like, oh, reality check. But it's kind of weird because of that. It made me want to play basketball more because I was competitive. I'm like,
Yeah.
these dudes is way better than me. I was like going to Florida, and some cats was like 5'9" dunking, and I'm like 6'2", scrawny, was not even athletic. I'm like, yo, so I came back. I mean, I can't tell you how many like sand dunes I ran, and how much like just different shit I did to like get my body right and get stronger and get better. And it's like kind of like with my height, man, just every year I just kind of gradually just got better, just worked on something else and got better and got better. I will say the only thing I feel like that did set me back was strength and conditioning in high school. I feel like if Lincoln had that for their basketball team, it would have went like along the way. Because when I went to high school, I was at Sacred Heart first, and they did have that. And I mean, like freshman and sophomore year was like a crazy like leap of like strength and everything.
You saw like leaps and bounds of your game. Like it made a huge difference.
Huge, because I mean they invested in more in that, and I don't know how it is now at Lincoln. They probably are doing that, but they're not playing because you their asset.
It's a factory.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a real deal. It's like it really prepped you for college.
Dude, I remember. Sorry to cut you off,
No,
bro.
you're good.
I remember I saw Kevin. Fucking freshman year.
Kevin Green.
Yeah.
That was huge.
He was like big freshman,
huge.
and then like when I seen him senior, I was like, Jesus Christ, like fucking King Kong just stepped through the building. Like,
I mean, but you gotta think about it. That's why he went pro.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter like how his career ended up being because of his body.
He got the opportunity. Like he leveraged it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So if I would have stayed there and just do that, like being a knucklehead and coming from the hood, bro, I didn't know no better that early in life. Due to that, I had to go, to another school, you know what I mean? But I would say that because of that, it's kind of, I was just naturally more athletic and more gifted, and I worked on it like on my own, you know what I mean? But I feel like if it was more of a strength program, it would have been better. And I wish I would have listened to, people when they say, yo, academics first, you know what I mean?
Dude, I'm the same way, man. Like,
I had schools like looking at me, Baylor and all these type schools, and I couldn't get nowhere because I didn't want to, I didn't want to go to class my senior year, man. I just decided, man, I'm like, I'm the shit. I ain't going to class. Like, fuck it. Then went to City College, and did really well there. Another reality check, because when you get to college, it's another level, of athleticism. Everybody looks like you. Everybody is 6'4", 6'6", 6'8", can dunk. It's like, how do you separate yourself? Like, you know what I mean? So I had to learn that my freshman year, and then, sophomore year, I was ended up being player of the state.
Yeah.
And then going to UCLA. But it was cool. It's a cool journey, but long journey.
So okay, I was talking shit last episode about how I don't want to hear about some. He and I were talking about this, how I kind of threw a shot at somebody because they wanted to be on the pod, and I just didn't want them on, basically, because I know their story as far as a basketball player. Like, we have the same story, so I didn't want them on. And, not to shit on the person. It's a good guy. But I guess I want to ask you, what is the high school and... All right, sorry about that, everybody. We had a little fuck up of the mic. I swear to God, we're saving up to get a new one soon. But no, we were talking about... taking the leap from high school to college and even JUCO, because JUCO basketball is some of the best basketball I have ever seen. Like, when I would go to watch you guys play at City, it was fucking crazy. Yeah. So, like, what is it like cerebrally and just like, mentally to play that game as compared high school to JUCO?
I feel college? Like it's the games are more important. In high school, you kind of know when you're going to win. You know what I mean? You kind of know who you're going to play. You know what I mean? But I think that the mental preparation that you got to have, even when I went to JUCO, I went to City College, and, we ended up losing state the first year, and then I tipped the ball in to win state the second year. But it was like the mental aspect of everything, the film studies, like, if you weren't on point, it's like it didn't matter if you were player of the year in high school, none of that. You're gonna sit your ass down. It's like, because they got somebody else right there that's gonna be able to execute what you are fucking up. You know what I mean? And before, like, in high school, you fuck up, it's like, I'm the best. You can't take me out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But you go to City College, everybody on my team was nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even the players who wasn't even starting, like Yvonne Dorsey. We had, Fred Sturdivant went overseas.
Fred.
Colin Shiverton.
Yeah, Moon.
Yeah, even Garrett Moon.
Moon was good.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was first team all league in high school with me.
Bro, you had the Asian kid. He was like the 13th man off the bench. And dude, I remember I would go to watch. He was cooking fools. I was like, damn, this dude is 13th. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
On the roster is still getting it.
Dude, he was buckets. I was like,
yeah, I think that's the thing too. Is like, even practice, dog. Like, practice at Lincoln, I'm like, it's like
you're going through the motions.
You're going through the motions because I'm like, you're just dominating. But you will get exposed when you get to college, especially where I went. You're gonna get exposed if you're not bringing it every day. So the mental aspect of it is just so much more different, and obviously people's bodies and athletic.
Yeah.
The league we played in, it wasn't too many big dudes like that. You know what I mean? Like, so if I wanted a bucket, I can just drive to the paint or whatever. But it's not that easy, because the same person that when you looking in the mirror, you seeing yourself basically. You know what I mean? On the other side of that.
Okay.
Somebody long, 6'6", and they can get you.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I
sure.
mean? So
yeah, because we're both 6'6".
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, we're both 6'6". Don't let this fool you, y'all.
Yeah.
This is
the
the anti-fisheye lens. Fisheye makes it bigger. This is the anti. It goes in. You know what I mean? So I'm really 6'6", everybody.
Right.
You keep that shit right. But I know after school, after college, you I think you went pro for a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, I played professionally in Mexico. I was in a city called Tamaulipas, and it was literally the worst experience.
Okay, play on that a little bit.
So I ended up getting a call from my agent like late. I was working at like a shoe palace, bro. I was like, okay, let me work here and I'll train. So I was working and I was training with this guy at what's that school over there? NDS, like something in like Belmont, Notre Dame.
NDNU.
Yeah, I was training with this dude there at NDNU.
Notre Dame didn't. Yeah, NDNU.
Yeah,
I think this is where Simon went.
Yeah, he did go there.
Yeah.
So I was training with this guy up there. So I was working at Shoe Palace, early shift, and I would go train with him every single day. It was taking like a long time for me to go somewhere. And plus, I was turning down like the offers that wasn't making us like enough financial sense for me. Yeah. And then this guy called me. My agent called me and said, "Hey, look, they want you to play in the top league in Mexico." I was like, "You sure it's the top league?" Because I've never heard of this shit. And it's called LNBP League.
It's called L League?
Yeah, I was like, L League. You're going to be in L League. But yeah, it was the top league in Mexico, LNBP League. And I was like, okay, cool. So they get the flight. it is literally in 5 days. So
Oh, shit.
yeah. So I'm telling you know, my oldest daughter's mom at the time, like, hey, I gotta go. You know, they're gonna pay, you know, pretty good money. I gotta get up out of here. You know, it's a good opportunity. We fly, right? We get delayed in Mexico City. Fucking, we get delayed. So now we get on. You have to go to Mexico City first, then get on another flight to go to Tamaulipas. So we get on a smaller plane. When we get there, it's like dumb early in the morning, like maybe 2, 3 a.m. The guy who's supposed to pick us up is gone. I met the dude who another American, because you got 2 Americans on the team. I met the other American in Mexico City. So we both was like, you him? Yeah, okay, cool. So we get there. Damn. We like, damn, bro. I think we should just spend the night here and then catch a flight like back to the States like right now, because I'm like, ain't nobody here. You know what I mean, to pick us up. Yeah. The airport is closed. They just closed. Like, it was the last flight that got in. I mean, like, we're not in Cabo, bro. We're not in like a.
You're in the village.
We is literally in the slums, dog. So somebody come out there like, hey, you I was like, you think we should go with this motherfucker?
I might be. Depends who's asking, huh?
He's like, oh no, he said the team and stuff like that, right? So we get in this van. We're driving. I swear to you, bro, I grew up in the hood, and I'm literally like, I'm trying to remember where the fuck we driving from. I'm like, okay, that green car, that blue house. Because I'm like, if I need to get back, I need to be able to notice.
You got to landmark some shit, right?
We get there. We go practice. We go to practice. I'm thinking he's taking us to the room. He posted to me like, oh, you got your shoes and stuff? I'm like, yeah. He was like, okay, put them on, but practice. The team was waiting for us to get there just so we can practice. So we practiced. I was terrible in practice. It was bad. I had the worst jet lag legs, bro. It was like I couldn't jump for shit. I couldn't move.
That's hella
The
funny.
next day, though, I picked it up. It was good. And then we ended up playing a game the next day. And it was just crazy, like how fast paced like everything is. Like when they call you, it's like boom, boom, boom. But I'll say that the craziest parts was like, it's like a mafia town where we were staying at. So like everything closed like 7 p.m. Like nothing's open, like no bar, no
straight
corner
sundown
store,
type of town.
and it's dark, right? But like when we would walk to like the grocery store, stuff like that, like we got pulled over like a few times, like by like, you know, fake narcs, cops, whatever they want to be. And, you know, they threatened to kill us, like, being, like, on some shit. Like, if y'all buy drugs, you got to buy it from us, or we're going to kill you. I was like, I ain't doing no drugs here.
Like, don't worry, sir.
Bro,
we're
good.
good.
Want to drink there. I didn't even want to look at no girls. I didn't want to go to no parties. I'm not doing shit here. I'm about to just hoop, and I'm going back home.
He did the original quarantine,
yeah,
y'all.
I was like, everybody's like, you about to go? Nah, I'm good. I'm good with this Wi-Fi.
That's wild, bro. Bro, like,
Crazy.
Like I said earlier, I just went to Cabo. We were on the main strip for like 20 minutes one night, and this dude was like, "Oh, you want to go to a strip club?" We were like, "Yeah, fuck it, let's go." So he took us down past street, like 2 streets, 3 streets, 4 streets, and I swear to God, he took us down an alleyway.
And you like, where?
And we're like, "What the fuck is going on?" And there's like 10 of us, so we're confident, but we're not. We're looking around like, should we do this? Because you got like motherfuckers cooking food in front of their house, barbecuing, and the only way to make it legit was there was a dude with a laser pointer going like this. He's like, look, see, it's the club. I'm like, bro, I don't think that's a club. I think we're getting marked right now, bro. Yeah. That shit is crazy. Like, it's Mexico crazy. It's fun as fuck. It's crazy.
And like you said, like you in Cabo, right? You probably like at the resort. But shit, you go like 15 miles that way. You in a different area.
Yeah. Well, no, we weren't at a resort. We had our own Airbnb. But okay. You go downtown, and it's like maybe like 2 or 3 blocks downtown, and it's small. But like you go 2 or 3 blocks after that, it's like you see it changes up real quick. Like dogs are on the street with like fucking 2 legs. Like,
bro, I was surprised
how
many
God.
different like animals like was just like on the street. And I was like, yo, who dog is that? I was like, it's everybody dog.
Bro, I swear to God, I seen a seagull, like a flock of seagulls, like 4 or 5 of them. They're probably like the size of this sweater. Like they expanded, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm in like Jurassic Park right now, because I saw moths like this big, and it was crazy, bro. Like it really seemed like a completely foreign land out there.
Yeah. So after Mexico, I came back. And I had an offer to play in Germany, but I was so fucked up by what happened in Mexico. I was like, dude, I'm not overseas bound. I don't want to do this no more. And it was hard for me to like really switch because that was my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like literally playing basketball got me out of, a bad place where I grew up. You know what I mean? It got me through hella just mental stuff, you know what I mean? Just family issues and all type of shit, man. So it's like to stop that, it was hard. It was really hard. It was really hard to stop that. But I'm glad everything, turned out well, you know what I mean? I ended up training, got a business, and then, now it's on to new life.
Wait, so is that when you did you decide when you stopped hooping, was that when you started your music career? Like right then and there, like,
No.
okay, I'm gonna...
I didn't even know I could even rhyme, bro. I didn't even know I could do anything. I just knew I went to choir. I was in choir when I was younger. That's it. But then when my voice started changing and it got deeper, I was like, okay, I don't know how to control it as much. So I kind of like tapered away from it when I got older. But I mean, I got into like work mode. I had a mouth to feed now. You know what I mean? I had a daughter, so I like got into work mode, trying to figure out what the next move was. And then like we just was looking online. Me and Nicole was looking online. We was like, okay, training, can still stay active. And I was like, all right, whatever. And I did it, but like me, like I can't work for somebody. You know what I mean? Like it's not no knock on anybody that has a job, but like that's just my personal thing. Like
you got an entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, I want to make sure that I'm in control of everything. You know what I mean? I always say like I want to win or lose like on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like live or die on me. Like so. I decided to have my own business, and I think I was pushing so hard for that, and I was trying to grow that so much that I didn't even have time like to even like really think about nothing. I think that I tell people like, it's a lot of bad shit that happened with the coronavirus, but like for me, it's like that was like a silver lining for that for me because I was really able to sit back and be like, what really makes you happy? And for me, it's like it's entertaining, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's doing this, you know what I'm saying?
It's the stage you started missing when you stopped hooping.
When I stopped hooping, exactly, because when I'm on stage, and it wasn't like I was a bum, you know what I mean? Like, people were coming to watch me play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that I missed that love, you know what I'm saying? So that's also why, I'm getting back into acting and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
And just trying to just make sure that I just keep pushing that. Again, I look at things like it's going to live or die on me. Like, however hard I work, something's going to come out of it. If you don't work as hard, it's going to all be on you.
But that's a great mentality to have because I feel like I have the same. It's just I think in general a lot of people don't want to lose, but then that's honestly like a part of life. That's a part of the entire process. Like I put up a lot of my L's a lot of the time. And the thing is like I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah.
Because I know these L's is just going to like move to something bigger, but a lot of people, unlike you, like they don't see the long run. They just see the short term and want that instant gratification.
We live in a viral, like it's either viral or nothing for people, and I think that's the problem. You know what I mean? Like it's either viral or nothing for people, and I think that's why like one of the people that I'm not inspired by a lot of people. One of the people that I feel like does inspire me is Russ, because for him, it's longevity stuff. You know what I mean? Like maybe this one isn't gonna blow up, but all you need is one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I got your attention, and now you're gonna look back and listen to all of me. I like watch a lot of his podcasts, and a lot of his interviews and stuff like that. He just talk about just keep grinding. You know.
Well, when he first came out, he was putting out I think
a song a week.
A song a week. He did that for a year.
And he's back to doing that, bro. And
really?
He's back to doing that, and he's making crazy. He already made crazy money, so it's like.
He's just adding on top of it,
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's like, that's what I mean by like, that work ethic and whatever you're doing doesn't stop. I mean, like, a lot of people, like you said, they kind of give up fast, right? But if it don't pop right away.
Yeah.
Bro, like, I look at it like, bro, I am so blessed, man. Like, I literally came from nothing, dog. Like, we didn't have shit. You know what I mean? I lost hell of my family in adoption and all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Family being jealous. So I look at it like, dude, even sitting here right now talking to you, it's a blessing. I ain't supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I just work my ass off because I ain't supposed to be here, and I'm here, so I'm not gonna waste it. You know what I mean?
Nah, I get it.
However long I'm here, I'm always just keep working hard.
That's great, man. That's really dope to hear, dude. And I think a lot of people. We spoke about this with Grando a little bit. Like we as a society, like you said, we need that instant gratification. Like if it doesn't work right away, we're so quick to fall off of it, but. People don't realize that the Jake Pauls, and I don't even know why I brought up Jake Paul, but the Jake Pauls, the fucking Saweeties, all these big artists, like, they started off from fucking nothing. Like, there are tweets from, like, 2010, 2011 of like J. Cole saying like, yo, I have 300 followers. This is so fucking cool. And it's like, you got to start from humble beginnings, you know, and you got to like really realize that this shit is a grind. Like this shit is every single day.
People that you listen to and watch, man, they didn't just, you know, pop up out of nowhere, especially the ones that are continuing to be successful.
Yeah.
A lot of people who do like pop off that one thing, they kind of fall off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd rather just have like a steady, slowly but steady like run at it. You know what I mean? And
it's real.
Things pop off because it's going to feel
it's real.
Feel a
it's
lot better,
organic.
too. Yeah.
Like people grab. I mean, I think people more now than ever. They're like they really want some real shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're fucking vying for it. And I mean, that's what definitely we try to provide with the show. Like I try to not to be too much of a wild boy, but
but
you know,
want to be you know
yeah,
what I
we
mean?
want to try to keep it a buck as much as we can without being censored or
and
anything.
it also helps with owning your own stuff, though. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you work for nobody. You working for yourself. You know
exactly.
What I mean?
It's me and the team, man.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's a blessing. But let's get to the music, though, man. Let's get to the music. You have a couple songs that I really, really fuck with. You have IDK.
Yeah.
The video for that was dope. Shout out to whoever you're.
Yeah, the Cuddies did the IDK one.
And then you have one. Which one was the second one we listened to, Justin? You had a video for it. I think it had came out with it like 2 months ago.
Was it
You CL was in it. He was wearing all black. Everybody, and you were just going through the hood, and then like you were the video started off. You were getting kisses by the family.
Section 8.
That Section 8. That song slapped. That definitely resonated with me because I was like, oh shit. Like I didn't come from the hood, but I was like, damn, I definitely grew up poor. I was like, fuck. So that was some real shit. Did you feel like that was like, okay, well, I felt like that was like the most at core of your upbringing, like, and what we've been talking about these last couple
honestly,
minutes.
man, I think that after putting out that project and seeing how many people like connected with Section 8 was kind of weird to me. You know what I mean? Because I wrote Section 8 maybe 3 years ago.
Oh,
and
shit.
I never was going to put it out. Like, I was like, this is just like my journal. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like the shit that I went through. But then when I named the album Reborn, I was like, it didn't feel right to not like talk about that and then talk about like, you know, where I'm going. But like after that, it made me realize that like, no, you know what, people actually do want to hear real shit still. You know what I mean? Because like you when you first coming out, like you're trying to like put a little bit of everything out to like see like, okay, what people like, what people resonate with, and it's like, okay, we hear a lot of BS like on the radio and stuff like that, and you know the stuff that's popping, they not really talking about much, but people really resonated with that, and that's one of my favorite songs, and Imperfect that I've done. Yeah, I would say that Imperfect and Section 8 is probably the top ones because they talk about like real things that like I went through. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, people are fucking hungry for that real shit because, bro, honestly, up until Donda, CLB, and this Baby Keem album that came out, for the last year, I had just been slapping Victory Lap religiously, and I just like been slapping Tupac and Kendrick Lamar, and it's all LA shit. But I'm just tired of hearing a bunch of these artists, which is like talking about popping bottles or getting hoes, and I'm like, you're not doing that right now. We're all quarantined, you fucking liar. Like, stop with the cap, bro. But no, it's dope to hear that you're not just trying to become a viral sensation, do like a TikTok song, but you want to actually like give people your soul. And that, I mean, that's one of the reasons I kind of wanted to have you on, because I feel like, you know, you're still pretty early on as an artist, and so am I. It's just people don't know you yet. Would you say that's true?
I would say that's true, and it's crazy too. Like Spotify has like a Spotify for artists, right? And on each song, you can see like your analytics, like where people are listening to you at. And it's so weird that like majority of people that are listening to me, it's not even in this country. You know what I mean? Like,
oh shit.
Yeah, like the top cities is like UK, Amsterdam, Spain. And then it'll come like New York, LA, and then, you know, SF, unfortunately isn't.
Bro,
unfortunately isn't in my top 10.
Bro, it really is like that, though.
It be like that.
But the thing is, they don't want to see you. It's not that they don't want to support you. It's just that it's not cool yet.
Yeah, it's not cool yet.
And it's just like, it should be. Yeah. Like, damn, if we boys, like, you don't have to slap my shit every day, right? Exactly. Like, just like put up something or just like acknowledge it, you know, like, or something. Yeah, exactly. Just like a little something, you know. like we're not gonna lie, you know, as artists, you try to, especially as like a singer, rapper, entertainer, like you probably try to keep a hard body, like, oh no, I don't
It
need
don't
this
matter,
shit.
yeah.
But it's like at the end of the day, like you need a little bit of validation in life, you
yeah,
know, like
exactly. Well, somebody to give you a pat on the back sometimes, you know what I mean?
yeah, for sure.
But I think that it's a part of like the growth as far as like, you know, when we're talking about the song. So I'm planning on releasing another project in October.
Nice.
And I mean, I can't even tell you like the stuff that like, you know, I'm talking about and addressing on there. It's like, you know, you got your fun stuff, but you also got like your real stuff, and you got like, you know, some mixture of it. But I think that this next one, I want to just get better each time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think that with the Now You See Me, that was better, and then now it's on to the next one. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet, but I'm on it to be like 6 to 8 songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're making music, right? Are you producing everything yourself right now?
I wish. I wish.
Justin. But oh, you wish. Oh
I
shit.
wish
So
I was
who's producing?
producing.
Who's on the track with you right now?
Online.
Okay, got
Yeah,
you.
I'm
Got
getting
you.
my beats off BeatStars right now.
Got you.
Yeah, it's like a huge platform. They got a lot of like huge producers like on there too as well. That, you know, like Gibbo's on there. He's produced like some songs for like 21 Savage and, you know, all them cats. So it's just about finding that right beat. And I think that like I'm switching like the style of the beats so I can talk a little bit more on them. You know what I mean? As well as like, you know, swag out on it. But I think that all the beats that I've chosen recently are completely like different. But I think they're gonna fit like the sound a lot more.
So when you're making an album, right? Say with this new one, are you looking to gradually get better per song and save the best for last, or is it no, everything has to be one level?
It's crazy because like when you're like, okay, I'm gonna do an album, you gotta start with one song, right? But then like as you keep going through beats, you're like, okay, I like this beat. I can't write before I hear a beat. And I don't know if a lot of other artists are like that, but I can't, because I gotta get the feeling of like where that beat's taking me. But let's say if I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do 6 songs. That first one, I'm like, damn, this shit's good. You don't even realize that like every time you go through another song, it's like, oh shit, that it got better. So kinda,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, you gotta like, okay, this one's least and then this one's the best, but you don't. It's kind of just like however it falls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you're just trying to get the best 8 you have or best 10 or whatever, how many songs you want. And I've been trying to reach out to get, you know, features and stuff like that, but you know, I work quick, like so like once I'm like ready to do something, you gotta do the shit now.
You're doing the Russ model.
Yeah, like,
you gotta get
do
it
shit
out.
now.
You know,
but I think that people are gonna. I think that it's gonna be definitely some of my best work for sure. And I
Ooh,
think
nice,
top to
okay.
bottom, it'll be like no skips. That's my plan. It's like
Got
for
you.
somebody to like appreciate, if not love all of them, appreciate all of them, like where it came from, you know.
For sure. Because I asked that because I was thinking of Donda, and I was thinking about Donda versus CLB, right? It's like the hot topic right now. And Donda, while it isn't the best Kanye album, it has a lot of highs and it has a lot of lows. Like there are songs that are fucking
Crazy.
bad.
Yeah.
Like production wise, they're bad, but there are some that are like really slap. They're really fucking good. Like I think Jail. What?
Oh, Jail, yeah.
Jail Part 1 and Part 2, those slap. And then like there were a couple more. I don't really. That 2 hours is way too long.
Yeah.
But the production was like highs and lows, and just like an overall album song per song basis. And with Certified Lover Boy, you know what you're gonna get with Drake. It's like consistent throughout.
That's the thing with Drake, though. I think that's what people appreciate about it, is that it's not like one song on the album or 2 songs on the album, and just, you know, putting that out there. I love both albums, and I could appreciate both, because I feel like Kanye is more like the whole production like type
definitely.
artist. You know what I mean? And I feel like Drake is more style, bars. You know what I mean? Like his features are going to be dope. His beats are going to be dope. And
It's rap.
Yeah, and it's also, it's one of the things too. Like I was telling CO this other day. I said when I listened to his stuff, I was like, damn, it was crazy, because it inspired me to not try to find these crazy beats that's doing too much. Right? Focus on what you're saying versus like these crazy like, oh, I'm gonna turn this beat.
Yeah.
Focus on like what you're saying and find a beat where your vocals and your tone can still lay on top of it, so people can really hear it. Because a lot of times I think I was choosing beats before that were getting drowned. My words were getting drowned out. So it's not like it's just going over your head. It was really because like you can't even like really hear, because it's too much like bass and knock on it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think with the CLB, I think that his consistency throughout the whole thing is just crazy. It's crazy how like you can just listen to it and I'll be like, yo, turn that one. You know what I'm saying? It's like you really can sit there and be like, damn, I just listened to 45 hours of this shit.
But that's kind of, I feel like that's a little bit of a detriment to him as well, right? Because the fact that he is so consistent in his sound, he's never been able to develop a different sound.
Mm-hmm.
Like the thing with Kanye is, it may be bad, but sonically it's so different from the last project.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about Drake's other projects, while they are good, if you mash them together, you can get lost in translation. Like you don't know which song belongs to where. Of course, we probably do because we're all Drake fans. But if you were to just put every song randomly, you're like, oh, okay, these songs could go together and this song could go together. Like, Way Too Sexy was a fucking banger.
Yeah.
But honestly, it sounded like something that could have been on What a Time to Be Alive, and they just said, you know what, we're gonna pause this and keep it for now.
Yeah, I think a lot of artists do that though. Like they were saying, like I think one of the artists came out and he was on Donda. He was like, we recorded that, maybe even Lil Durk, something like that. They said they recorded that like maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, and they just sit on it. They just wait on it. That's why them dudes always in the studio because they just like want to have. It's like content, you know what I mean? Like you want to have hella content, so when you are ready to do something, you just put it out.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But my thing with Drake is that like I said, What a Time to Be Alive was a Drake and Future. Like Way Too Sexy was like, okay, that could have easily been on that, and I feel like it was just like a left out, and they're like, okay, we'll finally break this out because we need a Drake and Future banger to come out with this album.
They always strike gold.
They not to say that one missed because that was the fucking song in Cabo. Like, nobody knew the song. It came out that day, and my entire house we ran through it like 10 times, so we knew the lyrics when we asked for it on the boat. And we're like, all right, cool, we know this. But yeah, man, like so you listen to Donda, you listen to CLB, like what do you think? Which one is your favorite? Oh, have you listened to the Baby Keem album as well?
No, but I saw it on Worldstar. Like, I never heard of him before. I never heard of him before, and when they just play like a clip, like his album's coming out, it's like, dude, this dude's sound is crazy. Like,
dude,
oh, shit,
he's nuts, man. Like, I'm on the same boat as you. I heard him on Family Ties, that Kendrick Lamar song that he has, and I listened to that last night on my way up to Santa Rosa. And that might be the album of the year, bro. Like you gotta listen to it, man. I gotta check that out
because like I like people with different sounds too. You know what I mean? Like if your shit sounds like everybody else's, I won't even like give it the time of day. But like when I was going on Instagram, I was like, and it just popped up like on Shade Room, like his album coming out. They did like a visual, and it had like some lyrics. I was like, just like the 15 seconds that I heard, I was like, what the fuck is this? Sound was crazy. I was like, damn. This dude has like a great like a great music voice, like you know what I mean. So I'm definitely gonna check that out. But then also too, like it's funny, like we were talking about like everything takes time, right? Like just because we didn't know about him didn't mean that he wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
He wasn't popping, but it's dope that like it starts to trickle down slowly but surely, and now it got to us. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the dope process about it, but. That was a different note, but I am gonna still check that out though.
It's wild because crazy. He before that he dropped the album. He performed at Made in America last week. And it was fucking nuts because I think he took Lil Durk's spot. And I was just like, oh shit, like he's big because he's Kendrick Lamar's cousin and he's the first artist off of Kendrick's new label. So like of course he's gonna push him because he's family and then like he's the initial artist. So like we're gonna hear a lot from him. So for sure. So all right. What else do I want to ask you? So you have an album coming out in October. Oh, dude, tell us about the video yesterday.
Oh yeah, man. So we shot the video.
Is it for this? Is it for this song?
No, this I'm gonna leave as a single.
Okay.
This one I'm gonna leave as a single. I'm not gonna put it on the album. But it's the OK, which was on Now You See Me. We did a remix to it, and I had Sabri on there. But I want to give people like a visual, more of like a storyline too this time. Get more creative. I feel like I always want to like up like the creativity on everything. You know what I mean? It's kind of like what we talk about, just getting better. So it's gonna be dope. We shot it in an interrogation room in a warehouse but I ain't gonna give you all the details of
Yeah.
everything about it. But it turned out. I think it's gonna turn out really well. Yeah, that's gonna come out. If not this week, but next week.
Okay. We'll be on the lookout for it for sure. So who's inspiring you right now? Like we're talking about all these other artists. Like who in the game is inspiring you right now besides Russ? Like who has inspired you and is inspiring you?
It's like it's weird, man. I feel like I just don't get inspired like that by a lot of
Really?
people. I'm gonna tell you why, because like I feel like when I do, I start to like want to kind of follow that wave that they had or that lane that they had, and I feel like it's kind of I don't know, man. I can appreciate all music though, you know what I mean. But I would say like I like bosses, so I can't say that I don't like how Kanye moved and how Hove moved. I feel like Kanye probably, if I had to pick one, Kanye probably inspires me the most. It's just as far as like his brand, his his work ethic, his everybody knows who he is, you know what I mean? And that's a testament to him always putting himself out there, him always, kind of keeping it real with himself. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You know what I mean? And he makes you want to listen to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just think him and Russ. So you got like maybe like one of the biggest artists ever, and then you got like Russ, who's like really fucking good, right? But he's really fucking good because his work ethic is crazy. You know what I mean? So like I want like a mixture of that. You know what I mean?
So, those two are honestly like pretty controversial figures in like the realm of hip hop, right? Like, so are you able to separate yourself from, especially Kanye? Are you able to separate yourself from, the artist and the work itself, or is those things like kind of coincide? Like you gotta coincide them.
Like, it's how hard you work, you mean?
As far as like separating the artist from his work and what they say, like.
Yeah. So it's not about their song or what they say. It's more about like them, their brand. You know what I mean? I feel like Russ's brand is like, being that underdog. You know what I mean? Not wanting to sign to a label, wanting to just kind of like build his own thing, man, and show people that he can do that shit himself. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. And he has a team, right? The same way you got a team, same way I got a team. You know what I mean? It's like, but he literally is changing like the game for independent artists. He changed it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't want to go that route because it's a long journey. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna say if somebody offered me a big bag, I might not take it because I'm older in my career. You know what I mean? Already, like as far as like age wise, you know what I mean? And I would need that to like push me a little bit harder. You know what I mean? If I had more money behind it, be able to be pushed a little bit more. Production may be better and everything, you know.
You got a backing. You're gonna have a different type of backing.
You're gonna have a different type of backing. But I think that I can appreciate his work ethic a lot. But also like Kanye, like I don't knock him for like some of the stuff he say is wild, right? But he being him at the end of the day, you know what I mean? He just being him, you know what I mean? And believe it or not, it's still making people want to listen to him and watch him in every movie he make, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Like, people always talk about cancel culture and how, we got to take this guy out, we got to take that guy out. But as much as people have said about canceling Kanye, motherfuckers listen to the album.
Yeah.
People are waiting on Yeezy. People are calling the fucking Adidas Yeezy boots ugly, but they're still copping them.
Yep.
And it's crazy that you're talking about Kanye as a brand. Like, he surpassed the brand, man. I don't want to call him a god or anything, but he's
it's
like,
crazy.
it's nuts.
But see, that's another reason why too. Like, just because somebody don't like something, there's a niche like for everybody. And like you said earlier, it's like people gonna catch on, but they're gonna wait till it's popping. You know what I mean? They're gonna wait till the right people are wearing it. They're gonna wait till the right people are listening. People wait for something to be popping instead of just being like, oh, I like this. It's cool to not like shit that other people don't like.
Yeah.
I think I tweeted something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just like, don't like everything that people tell you to like. Like what you want to like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, even with certain artists, like people be like, oh, I like this cat. I'm like, who that cat? You listen to the song, you're like, oh, damn, that's a dope ass song. Even though he not top artist, you know what I mean? And I think like what you said is Kanye is different. You know what I mean? Like people was talking about like his clothes. You think about like even his clothes. And when he came out with like all the rips and stuff like that, right after that, every single store was selling ripped jeans, ripped shirts, ripped jackets. But they didn't want to give him that credit until, they saw that shit worked.
Yeah.
You know, then everybody's like, okay, I'll wear it now. Everybody else is wearing it. It's crazy.
He literally made grunge a cool fucking thing.
Yeah.
And now, you know, people accentuate like Kid Cudi or Travis Scott and they like take it to a whole new level, but this dude is their dad.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. As much as I like to say Jay-Z fathered me a little bit in a very shitty way. But Kanye is doing the same thing for everybody now, and it's like, fuck, nobody wants to give it to the man, but you gotta give somebody their flowers, because as crazy as this dude is, knock on wood, I hope he stays on this earth for long, because he has a lot to do.
Yeah.
But who knows what's gonna happen in the next couple of years with Kanye?
Yeah,
you know?
he could just be. I mean, even like the thing with Gap, it's like, you know, he making.
Wild.
That dude made so much money before the album even came out, like, and that's based off what? Hype.
Yeah.
Him. Yeezy brand, like, he called it Donda and sold out all his merch and stuff like that over like $7 million.
Bro, and the way the marketing ploy between him and Drake is so fucking good. Like, I think that whole beef is
They did
cap,
the same
bro.
thing with like when it was Kanye West and 50.
And 50, yeah.
They did the same thing.
And like everybody's just like falling for it. Like even I'm fucking like I know what's going on, but it's so fucking interesting.
Yeah.
Like the text messages. I'm on Shade Room all the time.
Yeah.
Aren't you? Oh man, you gotta go on Shade Room. It's the shit.
Yeah, because that's where I get all my media from. I don't really follow even like a lot of like artists like that. Yeah, I don't. I follow Russ. Yeah.
Well, you can kind of, I mean, with Shade Room and other artists, you can kind of find everything out there already.
Yeah.
Like, even motherfuckers you don't know, I'm like, you're famous?
Yeah,
and I got to look, I'm like, for what?
Yeah, for what do you do?
I'm like, and I'd be seeing like 2 million followers. I was like, for what?
Yeah.
It's so weird, man. Like, the internet is a weird fucking place.
Yeah, that's why, like, I post, but I don't scroll that much, man. Like, I don't do it. Like, I got that top, like, 10 people, like, on my story. You know, if you watch someone's story a lot, the algorithm will change it up for you. I got like them people, and I'll see like if you guys post something. If not, I'll be getting off. I'll just post my stuff, and I'll be getting off, man, because like it'll get to you sometimes where you're trying to like keep up with a society that you really can't keep up with like that. That should drive you
crazy. It has. You know, you're better than I am because I suck at it. Because it's part of my job, part of my day job, and I'm just like, fuck, dude. I wish I didn't have to fucking do this, but I gotta like scroll through, make sure people are interacting, not with the show, but with like other shit. I'm like, yeah, I gotta stop this soon, you know. So I'm on like 3-4 hours a day, and people think, oh, dude, you're creating content, you're doing all this stuff, you're working. So I'm like, this shit sucks. Like,
it's hard work though, like making sure that you have enough content to like, you know, keep pushing something too.
Because if you have a business, it's like this is everybody's attention span, that 2 or 3 second scroll. Or I just really started paying attention to while I'm on YouTube to commercials. They're like 10 to 12 seconds or 5 to 12 seconds at most, and I'm like, oh shit, you're packing so much into those 5 to 10 seconds.
Like, super quick.
Yeah, well, not a lot of people are paying attention. I started seeing like, okay, this is how you transition from those 5 seconds. It's crazy, man. Like how they got the game like that.
I feel like it hella changed though, right? Because like now even these brands are giving their money to like influencers.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think TikTok really changed it though, because it was like they are giving you so much in a short amount of time. You're like, okay, I like that, and then you kind of like will just keep scrolling to figure out like what else you like. It's like, and that's the thing too, where it's kind of messed up. Is like if you're not impressed in those first 15 seconds, it's like 15, 30 seconds is like all people are giving now to like it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, oh, no, next song, no, next clip. You know, because it's like that's all you're getting now. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
even like songs. That's
I
what
was just about to say that
about Donda. Like fucking songs, some of them songs still like 5-6 minutes.
Dude, some of them are like 10.
Yeah.
And it's like you gotta listen through the whole thing because it's a lot. That mold he got it from like Watch the Throne, because a lot of songs on Watch the Throne were like 7-8 minutes, and he really just made us sit there and say, okay, I'm gonna take time out of my day. I don't think I'll ever listen through the whole thing again unless I'm like on the drive down to LA or something. You got your songs that you like. Yeah, you got the ones that you like, but like that first day, it's like, okay, you got to do it like this. And you know why he has it like that, right? Because streams on Spotify and Apple, the algorithms can't tell whether it's one album or not. So they do 24 songs and it counts as 2 streams per album.
Oh wow.
So that's how he played the game.
Yes, I
So
know
every
that.
time somebody listens to the whole thing, you're not just listening from one stream. You're listening to two streams counted as two albums.
Yeah.
So that's
I'm
how
gonna
you
tell
get
you
your numbers
what
up.
kind of changed my mind when I listened to Donda. It was that at first I was like really feeling the short songs. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do two hooks and one verse. Like fuck it, just make the verse a little longer. After like listening, like again, even a Drake even got some songs that's like 5 minutes now.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, nah, give them more in these songs because it's kind of like you say you like the I Don't Know song, like the IDK one. It's like it's that song is not that short, but also you're hearing something that's catchy to you a lot, right? It's like you hearing that over and over again. So it's like if you expand that song a little bit, somebody's gonna catch more stuff and they might like it off of just like one bar that you had or something slick you said. So I'm like, let me start extending these songs a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I made mine a little bit longer for the next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh shit. We've been here for a minute. You ready to? All right, y'all. We're about to go to no stupid questions right now. Let's do like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Give
CeeLo Veg.
from CeeLo Veg.
Alien versus robots. Who's going for world dominance and who's riding with us to save humanity?
I think we're both. I think on both ends we're fucked, because have you seen that robot that Elon Musk made?
The one that's like opening doors, jumping over stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's like a
That guy is not gonna listen to us.
no.
No, it's a wrap. Like once Elon figures out how to put his brain into these robots, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, like any of this that's going on. But
Nah, dude. And then like, have you heard of the former Prime Minister of Canada? So a couple months ago, he admitted like, yeah, we've been hiding alien files for years, like openly on CNN or some shit. And I'm like, cool. So what else are you gonna give us? And then I think he went deaded. Like he went completely silent after that.
Oh yeah, they know.
And I'm like, shit's about to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Shit's about to happen.
I mean, all those different signs that they shown us in the past, like of just different life form on this, that come here. It's like, nah, bro, they hiding a lot. But I honestly, it's gonna happen. But I don't want to be here when that shit happen. To be real with you.
God, I hope I'm not here. Or
Yeah.
if I am, you remember Independence Day? You remember
Yeah.
when they were in New York? I hope I'm like those freaks that are up on the sky, like, hey. And
Yeah.
it's just over quick. Because
Yeah.
I don't need to be a part of that world.
I'm not trying to do that. Either.
Even if we save the world somehow, I don't need to be a part
I
of
don't
that.
even want to be a part of the
that post-apocalyptic, I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
So
even like post COVID, I ain't. It's really hard. You know what I mean?
I feel you on that.
know?
So CeeLo, shout out Vega. He was on an episode a couple episodes ago. I don't think they're helping us. I don't think either one is gonna help us out at all. Like y'all seen the Terminator, y'all seen Aliens versus Aliens on Mars. Nah, it's not happening for us. Like why would they help us?
At
Why?
all.
Like why?
No, they can just destroy it.
We're literally not good for anything except for like having sex.
That's it.
And
And they got robots for that too now.
yeah, they got a robot. I mean, yeah, that's it.
And then from Hoopty, will Hugh Janus ever prosper?
Skip that one. Hey, fuck you. Well, Hugh Janus.
Who the fuck is that?
Hugh Janus. Look it up later.
Alright. I think Anderson Giovanni 712. Best interview or guest you've had on the show. I guess that's what you want.
Best interview or guest I've had on the show. I appreciate all my guests all the time, but I'm gonna. I trust me when I say if I didn't, like I said last episode, if I don't want you here, you're not gonna be here. You could kick it on the couch, but
I'm on this couch now. Though.
yeah. When this huge human being gets off the couch, you can be on it. But honestly, I think my favorite episode would have to be Dr. Kevin Nadal. If you guys don't remember who he is, he was on an episode maybe like 2021. He is the leading Filipino psychologist in America, and he attacks a lot about like Filipino history and trauma, and he's just like a great staple in the community, and I really admire him, especially as someone who is a law professor at J. Jordan University in New York, and I think at NYU as well. He's a really respected figure, and I really appreciate it because he didn't have to give me that time, like, and he gave a bunch of knowledge to, like, the toxicity of Filipinos and, like, just our culture in general and how we can move forward and, like, just create a better environment for our people in general. And, like, yeah, it was dope. It was dope. I mean, shout out to DN too. He's a great fucking guest as well.
Appreciate it.
What do you got going on, bro? Aside from the album, you said you were doing a little bit of acting. Is that acting
Yes.
in a movie? What?
Yeah, so right now, man, I've been trying to get casted in some films. I think I started applying in like April. Almost had this one gig, but I don't know who the actor is. I'll know who the actor is when the movie comes out, but he beat me out because he's been in some movies before. But it was cool though, I mean? I got all the way to the end. It was kind of like, I mean? It's like, damn, man, like you can, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that reassurance we talked about.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you can do this shit. Like, keep putting that time
He's just
in.
like a little bit there.
Yeah, like keep putting that time in, keep working on it. So I got like I got an acting coach. I got a damn vocal coach. Like I take everything. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna take it like super serious. It's like when I was hooping. I had an athletic training coach and I had a skills coach. You know what I mean? Like you have to have that in, like, I feel like this field that I'm trying to get in. And I have an audition for a movie role that's in October. So
Nice.
I gotta go out to San Diego. So again, if you want to come out there to San Diego with me.
I'm San Diego. What's up? We're gonna be down there. But yeah, I think that's great, man, because a lot of people, they want to do the work and they're ready to do it, but they can't invest in themselves, like they don't know to actually. Like I'm just starting to learn that now, honestly. Like having this team, it's been like a haven because I could think of other ways to try to get better, try to get bigger, and grow and fucking make something.
And the thing is too, like how we talked about Kanye, right? There should not be a limit to like what you want to do. You know what I mean? As long as you are giving every single thing enough time and effort, it shouldn't be a limit. And that's how I feel. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, okay, I'm doing clothes, I do merch. You know what I mean? I got the music. I'm trying to do acting. Like I want to do it all.
You got to have your hand in everything.
Yeah, especially like it's just all about time management. I feel like, again, because of the pandemic, like I'm able to give myself like this window in each little thing that I want to do.
Dope. All right, let them know where they can find you at, bro.
Instagram is THE_END_Parker. That is actually on all of my platforms. Music coming soon, October. Follow me on Instagram.
Instagram, YouTube,
Twitter,
Snapchat, Grindr.
I don't have that. I actually just figured out what that was too. One of my clients used that. I name drop, but my clients used that. I was like, what the fuck is that? But yeah, everything is THE_END_Parker. That will be changing though to DE_END Parker because I did change the name.
Okay.
So just the end.
All right, everybody, that's going to be it for this episode of the Off the Stoop podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe. Oh, shit. Announcements from me, actually. Hey, Justin, throw me one of these. Hold on. Off camera. We back on. All right. October. Let me get comfy. October 12th, I am going to be at Tommy T's, Felix and Friends, everyone. Get your tickets because they're very fucking limited. Where am I going to be at? If you're in the Bay Area, I'm hosting an open mic, Hometown Heroes in South San Francisco. You know my Instagram. Be on the lookout for that. Any aspiring or inspiring comics that want to come through, have a good time, have a fucking drink. It's going to be big. We got a whole fucking production going. What else? No, I don't want to announce that yet. But Tommy T's, Hometown Heroes. Oh, come to Ox Bar on September 25th. I'll be performing there as well. And what do we have in November? We don't have anything in November yet, but we will eventually. But definitely get your Tommy T tickets quick because I have like maybe 20 to 25. And after that, it's going to be gone. It's a great fucking show. A lot of dope fucking comics. So come through and support live comedy because this shit is going to be a fucking movie. But that's going to be it for this episode. That's really going to be it for this episode of the Off the Stoop podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to send in those questions at nostupidquestions@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me. Subscribe to the YouTube. We do this so much better usually. Subscribe to YouTube. Ring the bell. Get those numbers up. Share the sugar. Y'all been greedy. Not sharing it with your friends because it's some great shit right here. But until next week, guys, I'm Wally Hippolito with DM Parker. Peace.